the start of the whole program. So the very first thing the program does is it checks the start button value. So what it does is it asks, is the value equal to 1? If no, then it keeps checking and it goes in a loop. But if it does eventually equal 1, then you open up to the rest of the program. So when it equals 1, the program starts the track motor, turns on the LED because the system is now running, and it checks the first line follower value because now the object is moving to the first checkpoint. So it checks, does the line follower detect an object? No, then it keeps going in the loop. If it does, it stops the track motor at the checkpoint, waits 5 seconds for the person to take it off and assemble it, and then checks the line follower value. If the line follower detects an object, it'll continue, but if it doesn't, it'll keep waiting until the person places it back on the track.
So now, on the one down here, why is that a triangle versus why is that a rectangle up there?
So over here, sorry, you mean this value?
Yeah, so why did you use a rectangle in your flowchart here, and why do you have like a diamond shape?
So each shape indicates a different sort of decision. A rectangle indicates a direct decision or command, whereas a diamond slash triangle,
Yeah, sorry, I said triangle, but diamond. Sorry.
Is a decision
made
by the computer. So if the line follower detects an object, it says it goes through and it waits a second.
Okay.
Because you don't want to place the object on the track for it to immediately start because it can become loose. And it starts the track motor, like I said, and then it's traveling down to the second checkpoint. So the program checks the second line follower.
Where does it do that?
The second line follower.
Where in your flowchart does it check the see?
Right here.
Okay.
And so if it detects the line follower, it continues, but if it doesn't, it goes in a loop like previously. And so if the object is detected at the second checkpoint, it stops the motor there, waits 5 seconds like last time for the person to assemble the object, and it checks the line follower again to see if they placed it back. If they haven't, it keeps
So it
checking.
stays in this loop until what happens? What has to happen?
Until the line follower detects an object.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
And how are you, the line follower, you have a value there you've programmed in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then it waits 1 second. Like last time, we don't want it to start all of a sudden.
Perfect.
Starts the track motor.
Okay.
And now it's approaching the end. So on the second axle of our treadmill,
Yes.
we have a quadriturn motor. And so
Awesome.
this is for the overall regulation of the track.
So a quad encoder does what?
It measures, it counts essentially the degrees in which the axle turns.
Awesome.
And so we're going to have pre-programmed values. The starting is going to be 0, and at the end we're going to have a value here.
Perfect.
So it's basically asking, is quadriturn encoder value greater than our predetermined number?
And
Meaning it's
that
reached the end of the track.
perfect. Thank you, Diego.
And so if it hasn't, it continues checking. If it has, it stops the track motor. At this point, the object will have fallen off.
Okay.
It waits because it doesn't want to immediately go back in case there's still the chance that it's like falling off.
Oh, okay.
You could drag it back up or something like that. Then it starts the track motor in reverse, so it's resetting itself. And you check the quadriturn encoder value again. If it equals 0, that means the track essentially is reset, but if it hasn't, it keeps checking.
Okay.
And when it reaches 0, when it's reset, you stop the track motor, and essentially you just go all the way back to step 1. Although
Okay.
I included this extra step here.
I love that. Yeah.
Which basically asks, is the program still running? Is it still active? Which is determined by the start button. If it's not, the LED turns off, it's not running, and it checks for someone to press it again.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Jacob. A very good job.